What do you think has changed in the startup and specifically the B2B SaaS landscape that makes B team engineering necessary?
Yeah, I think there are two primary things, right? I think the first one is just the changing landscape in the market. So since 23, the expectation out of companies is that they have to do more with less. And that is clear by just like one of the KPIs that you would see, right? Like one of the metric that has gained importance is ARR per full-time employee. So how much are you making uh, per full-time employee that you have? That has become important. That itself shows the fact that companies are now under pressure to do more with less, more than ever, right? So that is one key indicator in terms of the market landscape changing by itself. And the second thing that is a key change is what you can do with the new age tech, right? So tools like Clay or any large language model, how you can leverage that in your workflows to derive more value. That in itself has made it possible to do more with less. So this changing pressure in market uh, for people to drive more efficiency in companies, as well as now the ability to do that. Both of these things have changed, because of which GTM engineering is emerging as a function, I would say.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I feel like if I were to step back a little from me hypothesizing on things, I feel like there were two significant events that just led to companies focusing on ARR per employee or revenue per employee. One was post ZERP, the interest rates actually going up, and then all of a sudden, companies not really being able to raise money as quickly, SaaS valuation, so on and so forth, dropped. So that was one key thing that ended up happening post COVID, really. The second big thing that ended up happening was Elon Musk acquiring Twitter, right? And from having God knows how many employees to cutting it down to less than 10% of the overall number of employees. And the site is still running, it's still growing, all of those kinds of things. You can criticize how it's being managed, all of those things all you want, but he was able to really show that, hey, you really don't need as many people to run a company like Twitter. So I'm sure all the boards across different companies were like, yes, do we really need as many people as well? Right. So I'm sure that was one of the things that led to this.
100%. I still remember people saying that Twitter is going to go down now with this entire exercise of cutting down on the team. But yeah, like you said, it's still there, still running.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Let's jump back into GTM engineering. How do you think a GTM engineer differs from, say, a growth marketer or a growth engineer?
So I would still like to think of GTM engineering in terms of primarily focused on outbound, right? There are a couple of reasons for that. The reason primarily for that is things in terms of what is possible in outbound are fleshed out. And since this role has started primarily in that space, a lot more clarity exists there. So, taking that example, I would almost say a GTM engineer, how they're different from a growth marketer or a growth engineer, is just in terms of ownership primarily, right? GTM engineers have much more say in terms of the end to end workflow. What I mean by that is right from identifying which ICP to reach out to, what is the right target person to reach out to, what is the right information to get from them, how to design this entire, let's say, a campaign, which encompasses writing copy, doing the research, setting up a sequence in different channels, and to taking a call with the customer to converting that into revenue, right? So from targeting to revenue conversion, that entire cycle is owned by the GTM engineer by themselves. Traditionally, things that would have been done by multiple people across functions, right? Say in a B2B SaaS company, you would have LDRs, SDRs, AE, somebody in RevOps, MarkOps, uh, taking care of multiple of these things. But now GTM engineers are owning the entirety of that workflow, right? It is possible for them to do that. Whereas as opposed to a growth marketer or a growth engineer, the things that they focus on are still very defined. A growth marketer might be running certain experiments with defined metrics, right? Like let's say the metric is to increase traffic, but the level of ownership, I would say traditionally is lesser. And with growth engineer, I would say their focus is more on just doing product experiments or much more product focused, whereas GTM engineer is not that product focused. They are much more, they actually have a overlap in terms of multiple teams, but primarily where it has been fleshed out a lot is still the outbound part of it, and the sales function is where they're playing a very significant role. There are supplementary things that they're doing in marketing and RevOps, but in outbound or in sales, you can say that they are able to own the entirety of it.